The police in those days were virtually unarmed. A few of them had pistols, and that was all. Terrorism was on the up, and Layla Khalid, who hijacked an aeroplane into the Jordanian desert, was a very good example of it. And then there was terrorism against Israelis, wherever they were, and it was quite clear that sooner or later it was clear to me, we were going to see a terrorist incident in the United Kingdom, and that weapons would be used which far outgunned the police. Britain, quite rightly, had treated the army as something, ever since Cromwell, that should not be on its streets, except as a last resort. And so the police were totally responsible for law and order and security. But then, how could they be responsible for law and order and security and resolving issues where terrorists had weapon systems that far outgunned the police, other than by calling on the army? So there was a system whereby the Home Office would ask the Ministry of Defence for support. And that support, though, had to be very specialised when dealing with terrorism, and the SAS were particularly suited to that role. And so when I was the CEO of the SAS, I had a paper written suggesting that we should provide a force that was on standby to deal with this sort of threat. It was rejected because politically they did not wish to have a military competitor, if you like, with the police. But then the Olympic Games in about 1973, I think, resulted in Israeli athletes being slaughtered, and suddenly it was decided by the Prime Minister and his government of the day, I think it was Edward Heath, that we should have an additional arm which could work with the police and give them an extension of operational capability to deal with terrorist violence. And so we worked with the police and trained with the police for just this situation.